Oliver here. I'm going to go over comprehension for your story in your floppy book this week. You can find it on page 280 through 283. This week our genre is poetry, so you actually have 3 separate stories to read, or poems. One is called Ginger's Fingers, the second is The Giant, and the third is Captain's Log. This is for Unit 4, Week 5, if you're looking for it in your book. As I said, our genre is poetry, and poetry has a few different styles. The style that we're looking at today is called a narrative poem. Narrative means that the poem is telling a story. Often we have a narrator. Also, our poems are free verse, meaning that they don't have to follow any sort of rhyme scheme. So there may be rhyming, there may not be. There might be long lines, there might be short lines. There might be figurative language, there might not be figurative language. Free verse really allows the poet to write anything they want, however they want. Our comprehension strategy is to find evidence. This poem from the Captain's Log, if you focus on the details here, it tells us a lot about the actual setting. So it tells us what the storm was like and how scared the crew was and what the ship looked like. That is part of a narrative poem feature. It's giving us lots of details that narrator would see. They're telling you about it. Our comprehension skill is theme. And I'm going to focus on theme for the poem, The Giant. So when we read the poem, The Giant, we know that it is about a basketball player. And this basketball player is very, very tall, which is why he has the nickname, The Giant. Throughout the poem, he's telling a lot about his skills, and he is comparing himself to many things. He said that he is like a rocket, that he's hot, he's stretching, flexing, he's pushing the ball up, and he says even though he's kind of short, the team sees him as a giant because his skills are so good. So I'm going to choose some details from the story. One is, I sizzle when I dribble and I'm lightning on the court. Another is, the other team might laugh to see a player so small. Another detail would be, but I'm a rocket, fiery hot. And another detail could be, I show them all, you don't have to be tall. So if we take all of those details that the narrator is telling about himself, we can see the lesson, what you're trying to learn from the poem, which is, if you believe in yourself, you can do anything. This poem is a little bit ironic that the title is The Giant and the player is actually kind of small, but the way he talks about himself and the way the team believes in him, he actually is very tall in spirit, what he's able to do and his confidence. I hope this helped you understand your poems a little bit better, and I'll catch you next week.